Well, I had to stop by Harbor Freight again, and I had to pick up one of these because they were also having a sale on these. Regular price $1.99, got it for $1.36. Time to bust out some boxes and we'll see what it looks like when it comes out. I found the knife. Let's see if we can get these straps off and get this box open. Yep, that should come right off. There we go. A box of parts. So there you go. I'm going to go ahead and assemble this thing and be back in a few. Well, I got it together. Didn't take very long. This is a pretty good setup. Got the saw on there. These brackets have a release button on both of them. Right there. You push the button, release the straps, and you can, latch. And you can move the saw back and forth or just take it right off. Clamp it in place, push it till the button snaps. The saw, really nice. First off, the saw stand. Really super features and functions here. Let's see if I can put you down gently. We'll do it like that. First off, it's got some cool functions. Loosen that up. Let's put that up. Instead of using these, we can just use these. Raise that up. And that's it. Let's undo this. There we go. Any straight edge will do. Do the same thing on both sides. And after you do that, then your work is supported on either end. If you have really long stuff, take this back a little bit. If you have really long stuff, these come way out there and then clamp back up nice and level, just like it was before. Like if you're doing floor stuff or wall studs, long pieces of wood, long bits of trim. A couple of issues with the stand. This is the main features. The legs, you just push one button somewhere. Right there. Push a button and the legs collapse. You got a handle, and this roller also goes out. This is also a work stop. If I have repetitive cuts, let's see, am I in? Where are you? Right there. You set this to the length you want and put this up and put your work against that, and now you have the same length for every cut, which is pretty cool. Or you can put it down and just let your stock go. This is the part of the dolly system with the wheels. Grown men playing with dollies. And if you need to adjust the positioning of the saw, again, push the red button, lift the latches. Oh, here we go. Yeah, make sure your saw is situated. And you can move it across the rails as needed. I think for transport, it probably wants to go this way. Get that level out of there. And again, everything packs away. There's that. And the saw itself. Let's knob do I? Here, I'm trying to make you taller. There we go. The saw itself I like. One thing I didn't care for, and I have an issue with, these bolts, there's 4 of them that hold the saw on the brackets. They're not long enough, so the lock washers that come with, you can't use them. And they're pretty small. That's a problem. But it's just one of those deals where I just make sure to check these every time I use the saw and make sure they don't come loose. Alrighty, what do we got? Okay, the saw itself is really nice. And it will move along real well for you. Let's lock this back down. So yeah, you can prevent this from moving. Say if you want to lock it back and you're just going to do some repetitive cuts here on smaller stock, you don't have to slide. And I'm not even in frame, am I? Here we are. Sorry about that. So yeah, if I'm just going to make repetitive cuts and it's smaller stuff, I can just lock this so it won't slide, and then just do regular small cuts like if I'm doing finish work. There we are. If I want to do angles, bevels, I can tilt this over to any angle. There's a what appears to be fairly accurate gauge right here. And it will also, because it's a compound miter saw, go this way. Or will it? No, I'm on the, of course, when I get on camera, that's when things start to go kablooey. Let's take the work clamp off and put it back over here. Or just not bother with it at all. This, when I'm not doing bevel cuts, goes here and clamps work in place. And we're not on frame again. Yeah, we kind of are. But for the most part, don't really need this. Where was I? We can do bevel cuts at any angle. And we can do angle cuts. And it locks in, that's 45 degrees, 22 and a half, 15, and back to 0. And I think it goes the other way too. So I can go both ways with it. Back to 0, let's lock this down. So, pretty good saw. Pretty happy with it. And it has a laser. Let's see if I can get this over here so you can see it. Let's unlock the head. Let's see if we can get in here so you can see it. So when you make your mark on your wood to make your cut, then without having to bounce the blade around, you get a laser. And there we go. It even comes with a little dust collector. Yeah, like that's going to really work. Well, what the heck, we'll put it on. That goes right over here. There we go. It comes with a wrench to change the blade, and it also comes with spare brushes for the motor, a set of brushes, which for a place like Harbor Freight, Chicago Electric, I mean, that's pretty cool. Either that or they figured it was really cheap and they plan on it failing quickly. But yeah, spare set of brushes, pretty cool stuff. You don't see that every day. And since, you know, I'm not a professional builder, so this ought to last for a good long time. I'm liking it feels like a good quality piece of equipment. Carrying handle, so I can take this off. Now for the big test. Oh yeah, for any of you who might have one of these machines, where do these go? It came with two of them in here. One's a little bit different from the other, but I can't find it in the manual. So, or maybe those are replacement parts for something, and I just haven't seen where they are yet. But anyway, yeah, some extra parts. So the stand, these bolts are too short. They need to be 1/8 of an inch longer. Of course, it's all metric. It needs to be a little bit longer so you can put the lock washers in. Other than that, it seems to be a pretty solid setup. Have no idea where these go yet. So if anybody sees this video and has this saw, it's the 12-inch saw, which was really cool. Came with a bushing to take 1-inch arbor blades, which is what most 12-inch blades are. So that's about it. I'm going to wrap this up and process the video and get it up on the tube. See you later, folks. Hope you enjoyed the show. Well, I decided to not be done. I've got to do at least one demonstration of setting the rig up. So you get it off the truck, roll it up to your spot you want to work. Legs go down and lock into place. That one locks into place. And this, by the way, are we on frame? Yep, we got it. An adjustable leg. So if you're on uneven ground, you can adjust the leg and then lock it into place. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. I did find out that to get this to stay steady, this down on the other end, I had to bring it out. But other than that, she works like a charm. Let's see if I can actually do this. I think I can do it now. I'm going to brace this so it doesn't slide and pull back. And I'm out of frame. And there we are. Plug it in and ready to cut. Not a bad deal. I think everything together, if we want to talk money, everything together plus the 1-year annual membership for the insider fast track or inside track or whatever, that it gets you even more discounts. But with that $30 fee included, everything was just under $350, and that was including a maintenance plan for the saw too. So not a bad deal, and feels like pretty good quality. Just a couple of minor issues, but I can always buy a couple 4 longer bolts and use lock washers or get lock nuts. Other than that, we're all set. I would also mention the instruction manual for the assembly for the stand was excellent, very easy to follow, and lots of good pictures. Great for a Neanderthal like me. Alrighty, folks, later on I'm going to get this thing processed and get it up. Later.